In this tutorial I will teach you how to use Ajax to upload a web form without reloading page. Backend used is Python Flask. This is the basic folder structure. We have static and templates folder. Let us start coding with VS Code. If you're familiar with basic Flask application, we will start right away with views.py. We will import the basic required libraries in Flask. SQLite is used to store the form data submitted, which can be later be viewed in any software or can be rendered to an HTML template. Here I am using a FreeDB browser to create our database and table file. You can use direct SQL statements to create the table. We need to provide a path to our database file in our views.py file. Now we will define some routes. First is our basic index.html. This is always the default route. Similarly, we have to define the route for taking the form input data. Now let us create our index.html file. This is the file which will contain our form. Now we can define details of our form, including its name and action. Action will be the link to our save_form route in our views.py file. Now let's run our Python file. It will be hosted at localhost 5000 port. We have small problem because of unfinished route. Let us fix it. Comment it out for a while. Let's add placeholders in our form so it can be easier to see the fields. Now let us complete our save_form route. First we will get all the fields input with their corresponding names. Timestamp is used to get the accurate submission form time. Then we have to define our connection to our SQLite database. I am using raw SQL insert to insert data into database. Return function is JSONify of our success message else error message. This JSON will be processed by our JavaScript Ajax file as we see later. Now let's insert the data in our form and submit it to be uploaded to our database file. Oops! We have a false in success message, meaning our upload to database was not successful. Let's try to fix that. Nice, so our data is uploaded this time, as you can see in the database visualizer. Okay, now let us make our JavaScript file which will take care about the Ajax request to our Python Flask backend. We have to clearly define the path to our JavaScript file in our index.html file. We will put our Ajax function in the DOM content load function. Select our form name using the JavaScript query selector. Define new XML HTTP request. We will parse request using JSON.parse function. If success, then log success, else failure. Now let us get the form input data using the dataForm method in JavaScript. Append all the data to dataForm. Then open the request with post method and also provide our URL, which is basically a Flask route. True means data will be sent asynchronously. So now our data is submitted successfully. We can also add an alert message so that it is visually appealing and provides an instant feedback. I will just add a basic development and use some basic CSS to style that. Sure, you can use the Bootstrap, but I love to go the classical way and it's better to learn in this way. In our JS file, show the message using the inner HTML property of our development. So our data is submitted successfully in an async way without page reloading and uploaded to our database.